also mentioned one of the key critical behaviors I found interesting was stop acting as an applicant and start acting as an expert.
Right. Well, think about an applicant. An applicant is someone who is applying for jobs. They're desperate for a new opportunity. They're nervous, right? They're under pressure. It's all about them. I need a job. I need a salary. You know what? The employers don't care. What the employers care about is, what are you going to do for me starting today? The employer cares about the employer's needs, not the applicant's needs. So nobody likes an applicant. It's just another resume on a stack of resumes. However, if you can establish yourself as an expert, a thought leader in your niche, then the interviewer, the employer, or the recruiter gets interested because they see you now as a potential solution provider, someone who can help them with their business problems and business needs, someone who they can get on board to provide value and add a lot more to the company's success. So if you focus on your needs as an applicant, you won't go very far, in my opinion. Focus on the employer's needs and build that expert status, build that credibility. That's the way to get yourself into the pull marketing zone.
Okay, and you mentioned about being a problem solver. All employers, they're looking for someone to solve a problem. And you mentioned the advice of stop being a job seeker and be a problem solver. How can we uncover some of these problems?
Well, like I said before, you want to be a solution provider, or as you say, a problem solver. Absolutely right. How do you do that? Well, you first have to understand your audience, understand your client. In this case, your client, essentially, is the employer. So come at it more like a consultant, an expert, a thought leader. Ask questions, probing questions about the employer's needs, problems, and challenges. Sort of get under their skin a little bit, get to their pain point, get to understand how you can provide the most value, solutions, helping, being of service. This is the right mindset for the candidate instead of acting like a desperate applicant.
Okay, so it's changing that whole thought mode to needing it to, I'm going to be a solution provider for you, and pulling that in. That's a great point. Now, you mentioned social media. I'm pretty good at social media. I'm not up to like the millennials. What advice would you give me to help pull more or attract employers, increase my visibility if I'm not that great with Twitter? You know, I do Facebook, LinkedIn. What could I do on a regular basis to really boost my visibility and pull people in?
Okay, so it's all about engagement. When you're on social media, it's not just about creating a nice profile and then leaving it there for the next year. You want to engage. You want to be actively involved in online conversation with people. In the professional world, LinkedIn is the 800-pound gorilla. You know, you've got to be tuned in to LinkedIn if you're managing your career or looking for a new opportunity. It's basically all about LinkedIn at this point. So, on LinkedIn, one way to engage is to write articles or posts and put them up on your feed or on your LinkedIn groups. You can also be interacting with others, responding or commenting or liking their posts. You can also get very involved in posting things such as slide presentations or audios or videos on your own LinkedIn profile. There are so many ways to just get actively engaged in LinkedIn. The goal here, again, is to show yourself as a thought leader, as a person who's engaged in your own market, your own business, your own niche. Put your ideas out there. Post your articles. Comment on other people's posts. And they can then begin to see that you are a voice. You have a voice in your marketplace. You're someone they need to pay attention to. You're building credibility slowly, building your visibility, and that will matter in the long run.
Great. That will pull them, so to speak.
Exactly right.
One question I have. I'm a job seeker. I'm on LinkedIn. In my headline, should I put currently looking for positions, or should I put expert? Should you put expert career coach? Which is preferred, to let people know you want an opportunity or that you're an expert? What advice do you give?
There is some debate about this, but I've learned, and I have really come to the conclusion that it's not a good idea to put right on the top of your LinkedIn profile, you know, looking for a new job or currently in transition. I don't think that's a good idea, because think about it. Experts, thought leaders, they're not looking for a new job. People are coming and trying to get them to work for them. They're being recruited constantly. If you're an expert with high credibility and visibility, you don't want to advertise the fact that you're out of work and looking for a job. Instead, just promote your expertise. If you're an expert in operations or technology implementation or whatever it may be, put that right under your name in your LinkedIn profile. Don't say looking for a new opportunity.